So I had a conference call yesterday with about 8 or 9 senators to try to come up with an agenda next week that would send a message to Putin that the cost of going into the Ukraine is going to be greater, not less, for Russia. I do believe there's growing bipartisan support to put sanctions on Putin and his buddies right now. Don't wait for the invasion. They're destroying the Ukrainian economy. They're throwing Europe into chaos. Sanction him now for the provocation. That's my approach. Most Democrats want to do it after he invades. I think that's too late. I totally support sending 8,500 troops to our NATO allies in the region, because one of the reasons Putin is doing this is try to get NATO to back off. Well, the signal I want to send is we're not going to back off. The more provocative you are, the more resolve we'll have for NATO. So send American and NATO soldiers around Russia to reinforce we're not giving an inch when it comes to NATO. I also will support a Lend-Lease agreement where we flow arms to the Ukraine in larger numbers, more sophisticated weapons, so they can defend themselves. The more dead Russians, if he invades, the more likely this thing will end sooner rather than later. So sanction him now, build up NATO, and do not give in to this bully. If we get Ukraine right, it can reset the world. If we get it wrong, God help Taiwan. Everybody is watching. This is a moment for NATO to show, as an organization, we're willing to stand up for our values. It's a chance for the world to tell bullies that in 2022, you don't take things because you can. The reason you want to put people in jail who loot stores is that nobody will stay in business if somebody can walk in your store and steal everything you got. You lose control of the streets. If you let Putin dismember the Ukraine, then you will set in motion the most destabilizing period since the 1930s.